To adjust your standards grade calculations, you'll first click on the Settings gear on the left-hand side of your PowerTeacher Pro Gradebook. You will then click on Standards Grade Calculations. Once you're on this page, you can expand each one of your courses to show all this information. So for example, this course that I'm assigned to on our practice site has two sessions, 1 KC Criminal Justice and 3 KC Criminal Justice. So we can click the name here to expand that one. As of right now, PowerTeacher Pro doesn't have a way to copy these to each one of your courses. I know it's on their roadmap to be able to copy standards grade calculations and traditional grade calculations, so I'm hopeful that that's out by this fall. So right now, as a default, this is set up to just calculate the highest standard score on a particular standard. So if a student scored a 4, 2, 3, the final standards grade is going to be that 4 because it's the highest. So if you click on this default calculation, you see you can do most recent scores, mean, median, mode, weighted mean, highest, or no calculation. So let's look at the most recent scores. As a default, your gradebook's going to be set up to look at the last 3 attempts on a standard, and it's going to weigh each one of these at 33.33%. We can adjust this to determine how many scores we want to look at when making a final calculation. So if you're assessing a standard 10 times and you want all 10 of those attempts to be calculated into your final standard calculation, you can do that, or you can just do a simple mean and not have to set up these most recent scores. However, a lot of people like the most recent attempts to count more for their standards weighting. So in this case, we're going to look at the last 3 scores. Say we want the most recent to be 75%, and we want this one to be 12.5, the same with the third least recent attempt. So that way, the last time the student was assessed on that standard, it could be weighted a little more because it's showing the most recent knowledge of that student. However, this could be set up at your school level. If you come up with a uniform way to calculate standards at your school, the district can push this out to every teacher gradebook, and they won't have to go in and set this up. You can also set up, if you have higher level standards, to auto-calculate. So if there were 2 lower level standards under a higher level and they each got a 3, it'll automatically push a 3 up into that higher level standard. And when you're done setting this up for each class, make sure you select Save.